Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal battle is reaching new heights. In my 30-plus years of covering Hollywood drama, I've never seen anything quite like this. Justin Baldoni's attorneys are following through on a promise to put everything out in the open, and now they're releasing raw footage from the set of It Ends With Us for the world to see. This is the latest move in a Hollywood showdown between Baldoni, his PR team, and his co-star Blake Lively, and things are about to get wild. After the shocking chaos surrounding the Amber Heard scandal, no one could have predicted what came next. Yet just 2 years later, another massive controversy hit, and trust me, this one is even crazier. Hollywood should have learned its lesson, but nope. This time, it's bigger, messier, and way more shocking. New video footage released by Justin Baldoni's lawyers shows unedited moments from It Ends With Us filming. The lawyers claim this footage proves that Blake Lively's allegations of sexual harassment are completely unfounded. Let's be honest. By now, pretty much everyone has heard about the drama between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It all began when Blake decided to sue Justin, claiming serious accusations after spending a lot of time filming together. What she didn't expect was for Justin to come out swinging with receipts that completely contradicted her version of events. So now the big question is, what's her real motive? Looking at her past behavior, it's honestly not that shocking. If you're new to the story and wondering what went down, grab a big bag of popcorn because we're about to break down every single detail of this explosive case. The drama between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has now even pulled Taylor Swift into the mix. With her name popping up in court documents, Baldoni's lawyer says he might even depose the superstar singer. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, enter a new $7 million lawsuit. That's right, this legal mess is far from over. It's clear that the tension between Blake and Justin has been building up for much longer than people realize. The two stars initially teamed up for the 2024 summer smash It Ends With Us, where they played the leading roles. On top of acting, Baldoni was also the executive producer and director of the film. Sounds like a dream collaboration, right? Well, not exactly. Months after the movie premiered, rumors began circulating about a rift between them, and that's when Blake dropped a bombshell. She filed a major complaint accusing Justin Baldoni, producer Jamie Heath, and his company W. Ferrer Studios of sexual harassment. But it didn't end there. Blake also claimed that they were behind a smear campaign aimed at destroying her reputation. Can you believe it? But the plot thickens as she named several others, including independent contractor Jeb Wallace and publicists Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, as being involved in the campaign against her. However, Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Fredman, quickly denied these accusations. Then came the New York Times with an investigative report diving deep into Blake's claims. But Baldoni wasn't backing down. He fired back with a massive $250 million lawsuit against the Times for defamation. The paper denied the charges, but Baldoni's retaliation didn't stop there. He went ahead and filed another massive lawsuit, this time targeting Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, their publicist Leslie Sloan, and Sloan's PR firm Vision PR Inc. The total sum? A jaw-dropping $400 million for civil extortion, defamation, and more. Things only got more complicated when Blake accused Jamie Heath of showing her a video that she thought was adult content, but turned out to be a recording of his wife giving birth. She found the experience disturbing. However, Jamie defended himself, saying the video wasn't inappropriate at all. It was just a personal moment. To push back against the harassment claim, they even shared a still from the video to show there was nothing wrong with it. As if things couldn't get any more intense, Blake's allegations took another twist. She claimed that both Jamie and Justin repeatedly entered her trailer uninvited, even when she was undressed and breastfeeding. But guess what? Justin's lawyer released text messages that tell a completely different story. In the texts, Blake invited Justin into her trailer saying, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work on our lines." Justin responded, "Copy. Eating with the crew, and we'll head that way." This evidence directly contradicts Blake's claims, suggesting there was missing context in her lawsuit. Blake also accused Justin of objectifying her by wanting to make her character sexier. But hold on, Justin's lawsuit includes text messages where Blake herself wanted to enhance her character's look. In one text, she even described an outfit as much sexier and said, "As a girl, I checked that out walking down the street." So, who's really pushing for the sexier portrayal here? Another major claim in Blake's lawsuit was that Justin forced unwanted kissing scenes and frequently talked about his intimate life. However, Justin's side of the story paints a different picture. He argues that Blake refused to meet with the film's intimacy coordinator, which forced him to handle these sensitive discussions on his own. Justin shared a screenshot with a producer where he explained that Blake's refusal to meet the coordinator early on was disrupting the workflow. Eventually, they had to work on intimate scenes together, without the coordinator. Justin insists that their conversations were focused on character development, not anything inappropriate like Blake suggested. Blake's lawsuit also mentioned an alleged behind-the-scenes moment where Justin supposedly put his lips near her neck and commented on her scent during a silent montage scene. But Justin's team released footage that showed this moment wasn't one-sided like Blake described. The video shows Blake and Justin laughing and chatting about the scene. Justin jokingly mentions getting his beard on her, and Blake responds, "It's my body makeup." The conversation appears lighthearted and professional, nothing like the uncomfortable encounter Blake later claimed it to be. But the drama doesn't stop there. The lawsuit takes a sharp turn when it shifts focus to control over the movie. Justin argues that Blake's smear campaign against him started when she took over the film. Even though Justin's company, W. Ferrer Studios, secured the rights to the novel in partnership with Sony, he found himself losing creative control as Blake was given a producing credit. The situation became even more shocking when Justin claimed that Sony sided with Blake so much that even the film's editors weren't allowed to review her version of the movie's cut. In one text exchange, Justin asked his editors if they had seen Blake's edits, and the response was, "We are not permitted to look." Justin couldn't believe it. Editors and directors weren't allowed to see an actress's cut of the film. Things took an even crazier turn when Blake reportedly pushed Justin out of the movie's promotional events to ensure that her version of the film took center stage. Can you believe it? But wait, Blake wasn't done. She and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, had been throwing subtle shade at Justin for months. It seemed like there was tension bubbling beneath the surface for a long time, and Blake knew how to play the game. She showered Justin with praise, calling him one of the best directors she'd ever worked with. She claimed that other directors always shut her down and didn't let her contribute. Justin, wanting to be fair, gave her creative freedom, but that decision would come back to haunt him when she ended up rewriting a key scene, the iconic rooftop scene. This set off a chain reaction that changed everything. And get this! Blake made sure to emphasize that Ryan and Taylor Swift absolutely loved her version of the scene. She couldn't wait for Justin's reaction. But it didn't stop there. Blake invited Justin to her penthouse, where Ryan and Taylor hyped up her writing, convincing Justin that the scene absolutely had to stay in the movie. Afterward, Justin texted her, praising her talent and assuring her he had tried to incorporate some of her ideas into the final cut. But as we know, things were far from smooth. This messy legal drama is far from over, and the tension between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni just keeps rising. But when you look at Blake's history, it's clear that drama seems to follow her wherever she goes. Her reputation for stirring the pot began long before her legal battles with Justin Baldoni. In fact, rumors and old clips reveal a pattern of behavior that paints Blake as a mean girl who isn't afraid to tear others down. One of the most infamous examples of Blake's drama came back in 2018 during the filming of A Simple Favor. Blake's interactions with co-star Anna Kendrick sparked major tension. It all started back in 2016 when Anna made a comment in an interview about how she could never be like Taylor Swift, the beloved all-American sweetheart. Anna said she wasn't going to sugarcoat things like Taylor did, and instead had a more snarky vibe with her fans. While Anna didn't outright shade Taylor, the comment definitely didn't sit well with Blake, who happens to be one of Taylor's closest friends. Fast forward to when they were cast in A Simple Favor together, and you could feel the tension behind the scenes. As the press tour began, the awkwardness between them was impossible to ignore. In one interview, Blake brought up her mom's strange way of giving compliments, and Anna awkwardly laughed, clearly uncomfortable. The whole thing felt like one big, uncomfortable moment. Fans caught on to the vibe too. One person commented, Blake's always taking over interviews, while another added, Anna put her in her place and I love it. The drama was real, and it didn't take long for it to go viral. You'd think after all the tension, the director of A Simple Favor would reconsider a sequel. But no, Paul Feig actually begged both actresses to return for round two. However, fans weren't having it. How could Blake and Anna work together again after all that bad blood? Insiders revealed that the two hadn't even spoken in years before agreeing to the project. Anna had a gut feeling things wouldn't go well, but the director pushed for it. When filming started, the bad vibes were back in full force. Sources say the tension was so thick you could almost taste it. Blake and Anna had to be kept apart to avoid escalating the drama. But that didn't stop it from spilling out. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck. By the time the film wrapped, Blake made a shocking move. She refused to promote the movie. And guess what? Rumors started circulating that her decision had everything to do with her ongoing legal battles with Justin Baldoni. When the lead actress isn't out there promoting the movie, things can go south real fast. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse, bam, here comes the cherry on top. Blake's reputation in Hollywood continues to spiral downwards. Reports say CBS and Dick Clark Productions even shut her out of the Golden Globes, refusing her request to present a major award. Ouch. But wait, there's more. In a shocking turn of events, it's been revealed that Taylor Swift didn't invite Blake to this year's Super Bowl, and that's causing even more drama. Normally, Taylor has a history of inviting Blake to these big events, but sources say it wouldn't have mattered if Blake had been invited because she wasn't planning on attending anyway. Why? Because things between the two have gotten so rocky that Blake didn't want to show up at the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. It gets even more intense when you consider that Taylor Swift is dragged into Blake's messy legal drama with Justin Baldoni. Reports say Blake is even accused of using Taylor's name to sabotage Baldoni's film. Yes, you read that right. Things are getting downright ugly, and sources have spilled the beans to the Daily Mail about Blake's possible plans to sideline Taylor and Travis Kelce's big night. One insider revealed that Blake's decision not to attend the game wasn't about avoiding Taylor's spotlight. It was about her not wanting her ongoing legal battles to overshadow Taylor's moment. They explained, Blake would never want to steal the spotlight from Taylor, especially when Taylor's with her love at the Super Bowl. The tension between the two has reached such a point that even Taylor feels hurt. Sources claim that Taylor resents Blake for calling her one of her dragons, a comment that blindsided Taylor. This drama is far from over. Taylor reportedly tried to offer Blake some advice years ago, urging her to tone down her mean girl persona. But clearly, Blake didn't take the hint. And it's not just Anna Kendrick who's spoken out about Blake's behavior. Another co-star is now stepping forward with their own stories of tension on set. And it's time to dive deep into yet another Hollywood feud. Let's dive into the complicated behind-the-scenes relationship between Blake Lively and Leighton Meester during their time on Gossip Girl. On screen, their chemistry as best friends Serena and Blair had fans glued to their screens for 6 seasons. But behind the scenes, the reality was far from friendly. One of the most shocking stories that surfaced was when Blake allegedly mocked Leighton for being born in a prison. Talk about a brutal burn. It was uncomfortable and unnecessary, considering their history while filming Gossip Girl from 2007 to 2012. The tension between Blake and Leighton reportedly stemmed from major personality clashes. In fact, an executive producer confirmed in 2017 that while Blake and Leighton weren't enemies, they weren't exactly friends either. The producer even revealed to Vanity Fair that the two didn't even follow each other on social media. That's pretty telling, don't you think? If you've ever watched any promotional interviews or behind-the-scenes footage from Gossip Girl, you can see exactly what the producer meant. The energy between them was far from warm and friendly. In one particular promo interview, Blake made a joke, and Leighton just sat there, letting the awkward silence hang in the air. No attempt to lighten the mood, no saving the moment, just pure discomfort. The awkwardness didn't stop there. By the end of the press tour, Blake and Leighton weren't even speaking to each other. Fans definitely noticed. One person wrote, "Blake's always taking over interviews," while another added, "Anna put her in her place and I love it." The drama was undeniable and quickly went viral, with everyone calling it out. After all the drama, you'd think the director of A Simple Favor would reconsider asking Blake and Leighton to return for a sequel. But no, Paul Feig actually begged them to come back for round two. But fans weren't buying it. How could these two actresses work together again after all the tension? Insiders revealed that the two hadn't even spoken in years before agreeing to the project. Anna had a gut feeling that things wouldn't go well, but the director pushed for it. And when filming started, the bad vibes were back in full force. Sources say the tension was so thick you could practically taste it, and Blake and Leighton had to be kept apart during filming. But that didn't stop the drama from showing. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck. And here's the shocking twist. Once filming wrapped, Blake made another unexpected move. She refused to promote the movie. And get this, rumors started swirling that her decision had everything to do with her ongoing legal battles with Justin Baldoni. When the lead actress isn't out there promoting the film, things can quickly go downhill. But that wasn't all. Reports revealed that Blake's reputation in Hollywood continued to take a hit. CBS and Dick Clark Productions even reportedly shut her out of the Golden Globes, refusing her request to present a major award. Talk about a major blow. But just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, bam, another shocking plot twist. It's been revealed that Taylor Swift didn't invite Blake to this year's Super Bowl, and that's causing even more drama. Now, Taylor has a history of inviting Blake to these big events, so why the change? Well, sources claim that Blake wasn't planning to attend anyway. Why? Because things between them have gotten so rocky that Blake didn't want to show up at the Super Bowl and overshadow Taylor's big night. What's even crazier is that Taylor Swift has been dragged into Blake's messy legal drama with Justin Baldoni. The $400 million lawsuit filed by Baldoni's team even alleges that Blake used Taylor's name to sabotage his film. Yes, you read that right. Things have gotten so ugly, and sources spilled the tea to the Daily Mail, revealing that Blake never intended to attend the game, even if Taylor had invited her. Why? According to insiders, it's all about Blake not wanting to steal the spotlight from Taylor on such a big night, especially with Taylor's love Travis Kelce playing in the Super Bowl. But hold up, there's even more drama. Sources claim that Taylor feels a certain way about Blake. Apparently, Taylor resents Blake for calling her one of her dragons, a comment that blindsided Taylor. On top of that, Taylor reportedly tried to offer Blake some much-needed advice years ago, urging her to tone down her mean girl persona. Looks like Blake didn't take the hint, though. And now, another co-star is speaking out about Blake's behavior on set. Now let's talk about another major celebrity who had serious drama with Blake Lively, Leighton Meester, her co-star from Gossip Girl. While their on-screen chemistry as best friends, Serena and Blair, kept viewers glued to their screens for 6 seasons, the behind-the-scenes reality couldn't have been more different. The tension between them reportedly started from significant personality clashes. In fact, an executive producer confirmed that while they weren't outright enemies, Blake and Leighton were far from being friends either. In 2017, the producer shared with Vanity Fair that Blake and Leighton didn't even follow each other on social media, a glaring sign that their off-screen relationship was anything but warm. Anyone who has watched interviews or behind-the-scenes footage from Gossip Girl can easily see the awkwardness between the two. One promo interview stands out where Blake cracked a joke, and Leighton just sat there, letting the silence hang uncomfortably. No attempt to save the moment or lighten the mood, just pure tension. By the end of the press tour, Blake and Leighton weren't even talking to each other. Fans were quick to notice the tension, with one person commenting, "Blake's always taking over interviews," and another saying, "Anna put her in her place and I love it." The drama spread like wildfire across the internet. You'd think after all the awkwardness, the director would reconsider asking Blake and Leighton to return for a sequel to A Simple Favor. But no, director Paul Feig begged them both to come back for round 2. Fans, however, weren't buying it. How could these two actresses work together again after everything that had gone down? Insiders revealed that the two hadn't spoken in years before agreeing to return for the project. Anna had a gut feeling things wouldn't go well, but the director pushed for it. When filming began, the tension was back in full force. Sources claim the atmosphere was so thick you could almost cut it with a knife, and the two had to be kept apart on set. But that didn't stop the drama from spilling over, turning the set into a virtual ticking time bomb. And then, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Blake made the shocking decision to refuse promoting the movie after filming Wrapped. And get this, rumors started swirling that her decision was tied to her ongoing legal battles with Justin Baldoni. When the lead actress isn't out there promoting a movie, things can take a dramatic turn south. But that wasn't the worst part. Reports began to surface that Blake's Hollywood reputation had taken another serious blow. CBS and Dick Clark Productions reportedly shut her out of the Golden Globes, denying her request to present a major award. Ouch! But wait, it gets even juicier. It's been revealed that Taylor Swift didn't invite Blake to the 2024 Super Bowl, and that's causing even more drama. Normally, Taylor has a history of inviting Blake to these big events, but sources claim that it wouldn't have mattered even if Blake had been invited, because she wasn't planning to go anyway. Why? Because things between Taylor and Blake have gotten so rocky that Blake didn't want to risk overshadowing Taylor's special night at the Super Bowl. The drama doesn't end there. Taylor Swift has been dragged into Blake's ongoing legal mess with Justin Baldoni. Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit even claims that Blake used Taylor's name to sabotage his film. You read that correctly. Things are getting messier than ever. According to sources, Blake's decision to avoid the Super Bowl wasn't about avoiding Taylor's spotlight. It was about not wanting her ongoing legal battles to steal focus from Taylor and her boyfriend Travis Kelce's big night. One insider revealed, Blake would never want to steal the spotlight from Taylor, especially when Taylor's with her love at the Super Bowl. Now, here's the real kicker. Sources claim that Taylor feels a certain way about Blake. Apparently, Taylor resents Blake for calling her one of her dragons in a comment that blindsided Taylor. On top of that, Taylor reportedly tried to give Blake some crucial advice years ago, urging her to dial back her mean girl persona. However, it seems Blake never really took the hint. And now, another co-star is coming forward to reveal their own experiences working with Blake on set. Let's take a look at another celebrity who had some major drama with Blake Lively. None other than Armie Hammer. You may recall Armie from his role as Blake's love interest on Gossip Girl, but behind the scenes, things were anything but smooth. In fact, things got so bad during season 2 that Armie was actually fired from the show after a heated altercation with Blake. In a 2017 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Armie was asked who the biggest diva was on set. Though he never directly named names, his nervousness made it clear. Blake was at the center of it all. Armie admitted that filming Gossip Girl was tough and that things had gotten so bad that he didn't even finish all the episodes he was supposed to film. The tension between him and Blake was unbearable, and it's clear from his response that she was a major cause of the on-set drama. This was just another chapter in Blake's long history of on-set clashes that have made her reputation as a diva in Hollywood. And the drama doesn't stop with Armie Hammer. Another surprising conflict surfaced when Blake allegedly ruffled feathers with Hugh Jackman's ex-wife, Deborah Lee. After Hugh split with Deborah, Blake and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, were accused of siding with Hugh, which didn't sit well with Deborah at all. Sources say that Deborah felt Blake didn't support her, especially when Hugh's new relationship with Sutton Foster was made public. Deborah was reportedly upset because she believed that Blake and Ryan knew about it before it became public. Understandably, this only added fuel to the fire and further tarnished Blake's image in Hollywood. But hold on, there's more. One incident that has resurfaced from Blake's past highlights just how sharp her words can be. A reporter named Kirsty innocently congratulated Blake on her little bump, and instead of graciously accepting the compliment, Blake fired back with a sharp, "Congrats on your little bump." To most people, this may seem like a harmless comment, but for Kirsty, it was deeply painful. Kirsty had recently discovered she couldn't conceive children, making Blake's comment hit much harder than she could have realized. The reporter later admitted that the encounter was so upsetting it made her question whether she even wanted to continue in her career. Talk about a low blow. All of this drama, combined with her toxic persona, seems to be catching up with Blake Lively in a big way. Her career downfall can be traced back to her interactions with Anna Kendrick, Leighton Meester, and other co-stars. There's a clear pattern of diva behavior that has turned people off. From her feud with Anna Kendrick in 2015, to the tension with Leighton Meester on Gossip Girl, to the drama with Armie Hammer and Hugh Jackman's ex-wife, it seems like Blake's reputation is becoming harder to recover from. And let's not forget the chaos surrounding her promotional campaign for It Ends With Us in 2023. This fueled even more backlash, especially considering her strained relationship with co-star Justin Baldoni. With the ongoing legal battle, it's safe to say Blake's career is hanging by a thread. As the lawsuits pile up and more stories emerge about her on-set behavior, it's becoming clearer that Blake may have already kissed her career goodbye. But what do you think? Can Blake make a comeback? Or is this really the end of her career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more juicy updates, and check out our other videos to stay in the know.